Is Jimmy Thompson. This is my wife, Joanna Thompson. And in June of this year, we will have been married for 14 years.
Yeah, that's right.
14 years. A couple of things that we have learned that have helped us to draw closer together and be one in marriage. And I think one of the big things that we figured out is being goal-oriented, having similar goals. And right now for us, since we are just now in the raising a family stage, we've passed the honeymoon stage, and we're raising a family now. The biggest goal is our boys, and for me, my biggest goal is making sure that they grow up to know who Jesus is and know that He loves them and He has a place for them if they accept Him. So I was speaking with a friend of mine who happens to be a pastor, and we were going through a discipleship program together, and we kind of got on the conversation of leading people to Jesus and introducing people to Jesus. And he told me the most important person that you'll ever introduce to Jesus is your sons. So that really hit home. That really hit me hard. So
That's our number one goal. It keeps us focused, keeps everything else in perspective too. One of our three is loving sacrificially and extending grace. We've been through a lot together. We still have a long ways to go, but especially in probably the last 9-10 years, we've been through a lot together. So in extending that grace daily, sometimes every other moment has been another way that we've become one too.
Yeah, I mean, there are all the verses that you hear at weddings, from like 1 Corinthians, love is patient, love is kind. We always try to keep things like that in the forefront of our mind, and try to apply those to our daily lives as much as we possibly can. We never get it perfect, but it's just little things like that remind us that we're in it together. We're a team, and
He's my helpmate.
Yeah. That's another term we like to throw around a lot, or like to use a lot. Is she's my helpmate? Like that's my person. It's who I'm gonna go to whenever I need something or whatever. So.
And like Brother Todd says too, in Corinthians 2, it talks about you don't keep tabs of rights and wrongs. It's definitely not helpful, not useful.
Our last topic that we had decided to talk about, and I guess it kind of goes with the other two, was just being intentional with our time, making sure that we spend time with each other and pour back into each other as much as we possibly can. Even though we have 2 kids and they're kind of our main focus right now, we can't just forget the other person. So we're not great at it. We don't always get it right, but as much as we possibly can, even if it's at the end of the day when the kids are in bed and we finally sit down and we're able to relax, we'll just spend a few minutes talking to each other about how our day went or whatever. And it's those couple of minutes, I think, that keep us going in our relationship. It's we can't go on a hot date every night anymore because we have kids. So whatever we can do to spend time with each other.
Yeah.
So
it's a lot of information to download in a day, and so you have to be intentional even with those couple of minutes. What's important, and what meets our goals. What helps that conversation get to meeting our goals with our kids, and being intentional with our kids too, and the times that they're spending. So not just together, but then how are our children spending their time, and who are they spending it with?
I hope that they see that, going back to, just the verses that we try to keep in our mind, Ephesians, right? Ephesians, Jesus loves, or we're supposed to love our wives the way Jesus loves the church, right? And vice versa, it's the same way. I hope that they see that I love her that way, to the point that I'm willing to, put my life on the line if I need to. I hope that they see that love is there and it's real and deep.
Yeah, I would say that for them, as far as modeling after him, number one, that they love Jesus. And I would say that's definitely him. That's his first love. And then I'm next. Prioritize it that way. And if they see that in him, I see that in him every day. I'm very grateful. I learn from him. Even though we both grew up in homes, Christian homes, with parents that are still together. And I learn from him every day because he's constantly in the Bible, constantly trying to be that example of Jesus, even to me, and to our boys too. So, I hope that they see that love for Jesus, love for me, and then that sacrifice for family.